Welcome back, Barry at where stories are always intact. Join the fun, let's all react. Barry Yaks, that's a fact. Got a little bit of a different video for you guys today. You guys seem to be, you guys want something different. So, because one of you guys complained and was like, bro, why you only do music reactions? So today, Mr. Frederick is going to be telling us how everyone should be preparing for homelessness. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah. So maybe maybe I could start a new thing on like a preparer or survival guide. So yeah, this is so let's get right into it. If you guys want to watch this original video, it'll be in the description below. Let's get right into it, y'all.
But during my live streams and even in some of the comments, one of the things that I constantly hear is, how did you become homeless? How did I become homeless? Is a number one question that a lot of people ask. Now, I've done other videos on this, but I want to take the time not to just to highlight how I became homeless, but also to talk about how so many other people are becoming homeless. It used to be in like the 70s and 80s. Yeah, these were drug addicts, veterans that came back from war that had developed drug addictions while they were in country.
Definitely deeper than that, though.
That's the general stigma that we have on.
It was deeper than that.
But
it's not
over
just
the last 15 to 20 years, a lot of that has changed because it's become more because of economic reasons than anything. So, when we had the 2001 crash, the dot-com bust, and then we had the 2008 crash, and then now we had 2020 with the lockdowns, and now we're going through a global economic collapse. And if you notice, every few years, we're starting to have a major economic downturn. And this is actually what is leading a lot of people to become homeless. And with the economic collapse that we are on the verge of having right now, or that we're at the beginning stages of, this is going to create a whole new style of homeless. So what you used to think about homelessness is old think. It is part of the old guard, the old ideas, because you used to have opportunities. There used to be jobs. You used to get good benefits. You used to be able to afford to live. But with inflation, now we see the cost of housing going up. I have a subscriber that working a full-time job could not afford food and rent, and so he had to make a choice. He decided to go and live in his car. This is something that's happened a lot for me. I survived. I had a janitorial business. I'd been in business for about 6 years, and we were doing really well. I had more work than I knew what to do with. My biggest problem was finding employees, and for a business owner, that's a problem that most people would like to have. However, with
but you got to do it.
Crisis going on,
you got to do it, and this guy didn't do it. He failed.
Going on there,
you can't fail. You got to do your job.
You end up.
Got to do your job. If you're a boss, man, you got to find employees so one way or the other.
I had 2 weeks to close down my business because nobody wanted to go to work if they were going to get shot at on the way to their appointment.
You guys ever seen that one episode of not Black Mirror? It was Black Mirror? I think it was Black Mirror. I don't know, but they kidnapped, this company kidnapped rich people and then slaved them to do the manufacturing for their product. And nobody knew. They thought they passed away in the real world. Nope, they're trapped somewhere. Yeah, and I forgot what I was going on.
In Texas, it's very dangerous there. That's part of the reason why I won't go to Texas, is because of that. That's like ground zero for everything that's going on with the whole border crisis. Okay, and so I went to stay with my parents for about a year. Tried to restart my business. Thought I would try and
business. I was talking about businesses,
and it didn't work out. The economy is really not suited for businesses, especially new startups. It's about the larger corporations going out and just consolidating all of the smaller mom and pop shops, so that we now become more of a corporate a corporatocracy than we've ever been before. Okay, so this is something that affected me. I have another subscriber who was a rigger, and as a rigger, which for parachutes and stuff, with the shutdowns and everything, he still hasn't gotten back to work. It basically decimated his whole industry. You have white collar workers that are getting laid off, and there's not enough jobs for them. These people, they went to college, they thought they would get a good job. Now they're not even getting paid enough to be able to afford rent, one. And then two, they're getting laid off. They're having to work twice as hard for half as much, because when there's an economic downturn, that is an employer's market, which means he can get great labor at a cheap price, versus what we were dealing with under the Trump administration. It was an employee's market, which meant that there was more work than there was employees, so therefore they could demand higher wages and things like that. And that was a good thing about the Trump economy, okay, from a business owner's standpoint. But now that things have changed, and now that we're in a downturn, and we're also seeing the cost of rent has skyrocketed to astronomical amounts. We not only with layoffs, but we also have the automation of the workforce. We have advanced robotics. We have artificial intelligence. We have all these different things that are going after the workers. Plus, with these foreign-born workers coming into the country, they are more desirable by these large corporations because they'll work for less, and they'll be happy about it because they don't understand the cost of living, here in the States versus the way that the local worker does, the native-born worker. And so native-born workers are being pushed out of the workforce by these foreign-born workers, because the foreign-born workers are more, I forget what the technical term was, but they were more attractive than the natural-born worker. And so now you have people that, through no fault of their own, because of poor management by our leaders, and many other things that are happening, that are actually leading them to become homeless. So your average homeless that you're going to start seeing over the next few years, myself included, it's not that we're lazy, it's not that we're drug addicts, it's not that we don't want to go out and we don't want to do something. It's that because of all of the crap that's been going on and how it just keeps compounding and getting much worse, the average American is going to be experiencing homelessness because through reasons that are no fault of their own, whether it be the loss of a job, gone through their savings, and can't rummage up the money because it's not out there, or they're working 3, 4, 5 jobs, running themselves into the ground, and how long is that sustainable before they suffer from a work injury, or just from exhaustion, and just kind of their whole body shuts down. I've been through that myself. It's not pleasant, it's not fun. It took me several months to be able to get back on track, because I ran myself into the ground, working as much as I possibly could. But that is, that is part of being a survivor and surviving what is coming. So when you want to ask not how did I become homeless, what you should really be asking is, what is really causing all of this? What is pushing so many people that shouldn't be homeless into a situation where they are homeless? And then not only that, we've got a Supreme Court decision that has come down in favor of the cities to now, in a few years, a third of the U.S. population will be criminalized just for suffering the consequences of things that were no fault of their own. Poor leadership, global war, supply chain disruptions, you name it. All of these contributing factors are making it to where even the common man will become homeless now. And so, not even Donald Trump can fix this, because it's too deep. It's rooted too deep. And a lot of people think that he will. But I think that really what needs to happen is that this needs to be a grassroots movement, a grassroots effort, where the homeless band together, not to get free stuff, but to be treated with dignity and the same respect as a housed individual, okay? Because that's been the fight that we've had. That's what the Ninth Circuit Court decision was. That's what this whole Grants Pass decision was about, is that just because we're homeless doesn't make us any less of a human being. But the way that the system looks at us is that if we're not putting money in, and if they cannot harvest our resources, then we are of no use, and they will figure out another way to put us to use, whether it be harvesting us through the criminal justice system, because every crime has a penal sum attached to it, upon which they put out in municipal bonds, so that they can continue to fund the system. Okay, so if I can't pay you taxes, you're just going to put me in jail and take money from me that way. And how long until we really sit back and see this as a major issue? Okay, so this is what I would like to share with you. I'm going to give you guys some bonus footage here at the very end, but I want to say thank you for watching the video. Yeah.
Well, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts on this. I think if you just stay strong, you fight the system, or you maybe if you move to a different country, that might help. I'm just kidding, but fight, stay strong. I think you'll be good. Yeah, just keep positive. I think a lot of people might go homeless if they don't, if they do lose their job or something happens crazy, but yeah, it's getting pretty crazy out. So stay safe out there. Hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you guys in the next react. Bear with the react. If it ain't a react, better than it ain't a react at all. Skirt.